Bada boom. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Hello. My name is Sugi Yamagawa, and today on VTubing my slow life hobbies in my 30s, we're making a cart for my campfire cooking setup. So, historically, I've been using a piece of plywood. One of those, I think it's this piece of plywood. No, it's that one. It's a smaller one. So, I've been using that piece of plywood on top of some cinder blocks for my campfire setup. And, well, for the campfire cooking setup. So, what I'm wanting to do now is build a small utility cart that's going to fit underneath this workbench. So that way I can, like, tuck it out of the way when I'm not using it. And, yeah. I'll have something underneath here. I can just, like, slide away. And then slide out again. And be able to quickly and easily transfer my streaming setup from where it is now out to the outside world where it's dangerous to stream. But yeah, I hope everyone is having a wonderful week. My week's been going pretty good so far, and I would really like to keep the momentum up. I haven't added any new injuries to, well, added any new injuries to my hand. I would like to keep up that momentum today. Speaking of actually managing injuries, I better go ahead and put the safety glasses on. And I also really like wearing I like wearing the safety glasses because it makes me feel like just an ultra dork. Oh, hi, Lillian. Welcome in. But yeah, we are very shortly away from having to deal with a lot of power tool noises. And I'll be making a cart for my campfire cooking setup because I have historically been using a piece of plywood on cinder blocks. And I just want to have a better solution. And also it'll help me more quickly set up because then I can just because this table's going to live underneath my workbench here. And then I'll be able to pull it out, throw all the streaming equipment onto it, and then push it out into the driveway. And then I can just rehook up and kind of finagle things and such. So we're going to be making quite a bit of sawdust. I will say, please do not expect anything too particularly enlightening with my build, because this build's going to be pretty simple and straightforward. We're going to be using good old, wonderful, reliable 2x4 technology and some pieces of plywood and casters. Granted, these are real nice casters. I really like them. These are 3-inch casters that I got off Amazon. But yeah, I really enjoy these. These are also the same ones I've used on my table saw stand build, and I've been tickled pink with how well these have performed. And part of the reason for that is I have a whole bunch of 2-inch casters that have worked for past projects. Namely, the stand for my DeWalt planer. The casters on that perform really well. Also, I have a small utility cart way back there. Kind to see it in the upper corner there. I have 2-inch casters on that. It's great on that. Thing is, I also have 2-inch casters on this bad boy. And wowee. The 2-inch caster. This thing is perfectly movable, but it's very challenging to move. It's very resisting of movement. So I try not to move this around too much if I can help it. So, if I had done a bit better of a job before stream, I would have kind of a drawing to show you guys. But what we're literally going to be doing is we're going to be connecting 2 pieces of plywood with some 2x4s. I'm also going to cut off some bracing bars off. I've got 3 2x4s with me here. And I'm going to put those underneath the top part to give the top of this tables a little extra rigidity. But yeah, this is going to be very simple, very straightforward. If there's any beginner word workers out there, I am likewise pretty beginner, and this is going to be a very beginner-friendly project. So I feel like I have done enough yapping, and I think we're going to go ahead and actually start making some saw noises. I grab a speed square. So I've got 3 of these 2x4s. And I want to cut 2 43-inch pieces. They're going to be the top. They're going to go underneath the top piece of plywood. Here. So this is 3/4 plywood. Pretty thick. And this is actually... Yeah, that's the same material I built. I built the miter saw stand out of, but it's reasonably stiff. But as you can see, this plywood comes all the way up to here. It's 4 feet tall, so it's gonna have quite a bit of length. So I want to have a reinforcing bar. Well, I'm gonna have 2. The plywood 2x4s, and they're gonna help keep the plywood from like sagging or anything like that. Personally, I think this build's going to be fine. Also, I could just throw in some 2x4 supports like midway. Like, I have no good way. It's kind of a failing on my part to not have a drawing or something to kind of show you guys what I'm rambling about. But I am very excited to build this, and I think it's definitely going to be a nice thing to have. This will also serve double duty in the shop, because that utility cart behind me, that you can kind of see a little bit better, that utility cart is where I do a lot. I have done a lot of my builds on it. And it's okay. Thing is it's kind of a small thing. I think it's only like 2 feet by 3 feet, maybe. So it might be a little bit smaller than that, but today's build is going to be a much better like short platform, because like this is... Yeah, because this is like 34 inches above ground. This utility cart is, well, the one I'm building now, not that one. It's going to be less than 24, just a hair bit less than 24. And what that's going to do, give me a real nice low platform to assemble projects on. So, I'm really excited about that. It's going to be great. So, let's go ahead and start measuring. Now our cuts. For my 43-inch pieces, go ahead and mark those out first, because I want to get those cuts done first, because they're going to be like the big long cut, and then I'm going to... The supports that are going to run between top and bottom piece of plywood, those are going to get made out of 18-inch pieces. I got to do some adjusting, because I could accidentally knock stuff off my table, and I did that last stream. just... Whenever I make marked cuts at the miter saw, I always try to just, like, drop the blade down, see if the blade hits my mark. And then if the blade hits my mark, I know I'm good. Make my cut. Go ahead and do that. And miter saw station doesn't like the... I have them all the way at the back. Yeah. Very nice. Very. Yeah. Let me... Slight showcase. That's actually not too bad for just eyeballing. I'm gonna go ahead and just here. Oh wow. So I'm about the 16th off, but you know what? Pretty good. These are just bracing support. Oh, I now must engage in the incredibly awkward act of stacking stuff around the shop. So, 43-inch cutout. I can now start working on my 18-inch. So I measured it for stream, and I noticed this piece here, if I lined up the end of my 2x4 with the end of that, I should have 18 inches. And it's pretty close. So I'm going to be making a lot of 18-inch cuts off these. Normally, the smart thing to do would be to set up some sort of stop block. Basically, you'll just like clamp a piece of wood or a clamp or something. And what you would do is you'll just take your piece, you'll measure everything out real carefully, like bring your wood up, let it hit the stop block, make your cut, and bring the 2x4 back down, make another cut, and you can do a lot of rinse and repeating and get a lot done that way. I'm not quite so lucky. Oh. Well, with the way I've got everything set up, it's a little challenging for me to do it that way. I got an idea. I need to grab some scrap wood. My idea. Since my miter saw will not cut all the way through if I have my piece of wood back against me. That's my solution. So this allows me to fully brace and get the support of my fence, but it also allows me to get my piece of wood further off my fence. So that way the miter saw, hopefully on this cut, will actually go all the way through. I'll see if I'm fortunate. And I was not. Okay, well. Bumkiss. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to bust out the manual. Refigure out what setting allows me to control how far down this. Ooh. Be it. Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna try again. Dun dun dun. That was it. So that little, well, you can't see it now, but bring you out, and you might be able. Yeah, that there's a little knob I've got my finger on the top of right here. That controls my depth. But first piece of 18-inch. I'm gonna need 8 of these pieces. Rinse and repeat part of the stream. A lot of these. Woo! What's my scrap? I know the scrap's not 18. It's a 16. Who knows? We might find a use for you later. Future project. Okay, so that's the first 2x4 8-foot long prime stud. I now go grab my next one. Here's the next one. Oh, I'm cut 2 bracer pieces at 43 inches long. Oh. Cut it out. And whoop. It hits the mark. And had a straight and clean cut through that time. Yeah. Hope we can continue this momentum. I would like to. I'd like to have a good stream and a good project. Go ahead and confirm things, because I'm always really careful. Okay. Let's see. And I'm actually lining them up off to the side here. Oh, actually, you can see it. Nice. Good. But yeah. So, now that I've got a few of these pieces cut out, I can kind of show you what the leg situation is going to be for is I'm going to connect these like this, and these are going to be, we're going to build 4 legs like this, and they're going to be, these legs are going to be what we have. They're going to hold up the 2 pieces of plywood from each other. Oh, that's 4. Go here. Well, actually, I'll take you back over. I'll put you back on the where my last and remaining pine stud is. So. Light measure here. I always good. Yay. Granted, I really love this miter saw. Granted, there was a lot of complaints online about the blade, how the factory installed blade wasn't super great, but cutting 2x4s, it is good at its job. It is very good at its job. I have no confidence that it's going to remain there in that position, so I'll do that. Add it to pile. I also like watching my pile, because by lining these edges up, that lets me know that I'm maintaining. Because there's been a couple of times with some of my projects where I'll kind of get like a process going, and I'll just be like going, and I eventually look back and it's like, whoa, didn't do really good quality control with that, didn't I? I didn't. Okay. Don't want to make that mistake. So I always like to, if I get too much of a flow going, I always like to find ways to catch errors. Because, hey, you know, I mean, this is shop furniture, and this is something I'm building for me. And it's okay if it has imperfections. This thing has so many imperfections. Granted, I'm probably going to rework this at some point. Just because when I first built this, I actually built it for a different miter saw, and then just threw this one on it. And I got to adjust some of these like side supports and some of the fencing and stuff. Woo. But yeah. But that's a project for another time. I have a project in front of me right now. And that's number 7. Yeah, got only. Oh, wait. Let's look at that one. Nah. That last one was just a hair bit longer. Just a hair bit. Which is fine. That's actually fine. Still well within our tolerances. Even though I'm kind of just eyeballing my stuff a little bit. But since this is our last one, I'll just be a little extra careful. And bada bing, bada boom. We've got parts. We have parts. So, I know this may have not seemed like the most exciting thing as far as like compared to some of I've done in the past. So. But I truly and greatly do not want to, under any circumstances, break down plywood again on the channel. Breaking down plywood with a circular saw, like full sheets of plywood. So like 4x8 sheets of plywood. That is the hardest and most challenging thing I've done on the channel. Here. So, actually, I want the scrap piece. Actually, ooh, that scrap piece is long. Ooh. You know what? I'm taking the effort to be a little bit extra about this project. And you know what? I'm going to go full extra. Go full extra. Are you my cut edge? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I just need. Yep. Okay. So, why I have to measure this one? The reason is, I need. So I'm gonna make one more 18-inch piece, and this is just a fly of the moment decision. Because what I'm gonna do with this last piece is I'm gonna position it in the center towards the back of the cart, and that's just going to give me a little extra support between top and bottom. In addition to the cross braces I've made here. Because at first I wasn't super enthusiastic about it because I didn't want to have a because I do want to use this cart for a little bit of additional storage. I am always looking for additional storage in this shop. And I didn't want to do that to compromise the storage, but you know what? Spur of moment decision. I'm going to put a mark on this, but my marking device was under. Sorry about that. But the reason, though, I have to measure this one out is with all my passports, I had a lot of room over here. Hold it. Oh, my hand away from the blade. If I was just doing my measuring like before, I've got it here roughly. That thumb's way too close to that blade. So, I put a mark on where I want my to be. But now my hand's way over here. My hand's like a foot away from the blade. Okay, well, I'm just being a scatterbrained dork as usual, because don't work if they don't have power. Oy, oy. But that's a very me mistake to make. And a quick double check. Okay, so I'm a little bit long on this. So I'm gonna do more hair pass. What happened is I didn't take my mark. I was just outside of it. Let's see. There. Yep. So I was just outside my mark. I'm just gonna shave that mark away. This should be perfect. So, as you can see, if I put it in the right position. So, we're looking good so far, and measure reveals. Well, we're still technically a hair bit too long, but we're not as long. Because I'm at tolerance. Within the... Also, that dust bag's getting a little full. I have to worry about that at some point. But yeah. Good news is, we are now officially done with Miter Salcoon. I've been kicking up a little bit of sawdust and my throat's drying out. Ah. Man. If I was a Twitch streamer, I would love to have a hydration. But I am not a Twitch streamer. Instead, I am a boring YouTube streamer. But I do like this platform. It's comfy. Which is a scary place full of video games. And there are also like a lot of cool like hobbyists, other types of cool people. There's some seriously cool people on. Oh. Next step is assembling the legs, and I'm just trying. Okay, cool. What we're doing, we're gonna go back to the workbench. Then I'm gonna attempt to push Fire Salt Station out of the way. Because it's gonna kind of get it in the way once we get to doing things later. So I need to create space to work. And that's a scrap, and I actually need to grab another piece of scrap. What I'm gonna do with these pieces of scrap, and I'm actually gonna take my bit and have you off to the side there. Through my drills for pre-drilling, and I have a big, lovely tub of screws. Hopefully I can shove all this stuff out of the way to show you my nice big tub of screws. I like these screws. Some people really like to use 3-inch screws for connecting 2x4s, but I honestly find that like 2.5 is perfectly fine for most general applications. So what I'm going to do with my screw here is I'm going to hold it up to my bit. I'm going to try. Basically, you want when the bit covers the shaft of the screw, and you can kind of just see the screw threads. That's the size bit you want to go with. So we have a bit. We're going to be pre-drilling these to prevent splintering. I want to put as much wait. Yeah, because you're 16, you're an 18. Okay, cool. Okay. Briefly confused by my own. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take one piece, and I'm going to line it up here. The reason why I have other pieces here, take this piece, and then up, and get a real good clean alignment on this side. And basically what this is going to do is it's going to help hold my two pieces in position as I pre-drill and do all the fun stuff I need to do. Oh, wow. Is this bit sharp? You're not acting like a sharp drill bit. Okay. So, I'm going to be pre-drilling three holes into this. And one more. And there's also going to be a bit of a thing. I'm going to kind of show off about this. Because I'm going to be doing... I'm going to try and do kind of a cool thing. I tried to do this on a past project of mine, which I actually did for a friend. But I kind of messed it up. So I'm wanting to not mess it up this time. Okay, there's that. I want to... It brought my board slightly out of alignment, the impact driver. Driving in the fastener, but that is fine. Because I've got my first fastener in now. So with the first fastener in, I'm pretty much good to just do my thing. Go. Get it nice and flush. Also, another thing I really like about, so I've used gray screws for projects, but I really like the black screws. The black screws just, they look a lot more aesthetically pleasing to me than gray screws. And like these lighter colored woods I sometimes work with. I mean, I'm generally working with a lot of pine for shop projects. So. Ooh. That was a hard drive, but good. Oh, I want to be nitpicky, which I've depowered the miter saw, which I'm not going to be. Unless I don't know. But one of my 2x4s is definitely a hair bit taller because I've got a little bit of gapping right there, but I'm pretty even down here. Pretty even. Okay. But what I'm going to do is going to be a lot more showable once I build another one of these legs. So I'm going to set it off to the side. I'm going to grab some pieces. And we're going to build leg number 2. Now, also, this is the thing where I have to think about how I want to build my legs. Because I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to want to build this leg on the opposite side of my pre-setup. Yes. I want to do it on the opposite side. Because the way I am connecting these 2x4s to each other is I'm doing so in such a way where one side's gonna demonstration piece, one side is longer because this is 3.5 inches by 1.5 inches here. This is like a full 5 inches, whereas this is just 3 inches. So what I want to do for the pieces that are on the front, well, I want to have the front side of the project, I want to have the shorter side, so that way I have a little bit more access room. What I'm trying to do. And the thing that got me when I made my friend's project is I kind of did a similar setup where I kind of like pre-supported my 2x4s. Because also if I do it this way, it really helps me out a lot. The thing I did is I didn't do the thing I'm doing now, and that's switching sides. Granted, like well, with what I'm doing here. So, with my first one, I pre-drilled and did stuff on this side of my pre-setup, and then this side it may not make a lot of sense now, but I hope it will make sense to you all later. It should. Hopefully. Ideally. Man, I really wish these pieces of wood would not move as much as they. I do want to double check. So if I pretty much use the full drill bit, I should get good. I'm gonna do. Speaking, I should be doing something different. We're gonna roll with this for now and hope for the best. Okay, come out and drop back down in. I've got a lot of sawdust on that, so I really want to make sure I clear that out. And here we go. Go ahead and get some screws into this. And okay. I might go with my other idea for the other two legs. Just because of just how it is being a little hard going with getting these screws in. Just a hair bit. Wow. Oh. Well. Off to the side. As leg 2 built. Doing reason because I'm reasonably flat down here. Just a hair bit off, but I'm kind of. How much is that? Because if this is a 1/4 inch or more, I'm going to worry about it. It is like 3/16 of an inch. It's just under a 1/4. I might grab the handsaw and cut that to just even it, but I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of my legs before I commit to that decision. I'm going to do a thing that I was not willing to do earlier, but I'm kind of willing to do now. And what it's going to be is basically pre-drill my first hole, set my piece of wood off to the side, and then I'm going to pre-drill from this hole down. So this allows me to pre-drill. This allows me to drill my hole out a little bit. What I'm going to do is the edges, line everything up. Hopefully those two holes are lined up. So I'm now going to drive my screw in. And if I am a lucky woodworker, it will just go in. So we'll see here. Okay, that's in. So what's gonna happen then? Because this 2x4 likes to move this way, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pre-drill my 2 holes, very similar to how I did earlier. But I'm gonna be able to pivot my 2x4 out of the way, drill those holes out a little bit more, and then do my 2 fasteners. Because yeah, the amount of resistance I could feel when I was trying to drill my 2x4 with how I was trying to drill them earlier, it was being a little resistive, and I didn't like that. So We're not going to do that. I'm going to try to be a little bit smarter this time around. Oh. That off to the side. I have re-exposed my 2 holes, and wow, this does not give you a greatest field of view. Historically, I'd like to say I've had pretty good fields of view when I do stuff, but I'm also kind of experimenting a little bit because, well, everything I do here on the channel is an experiment it's an experiment for me. So I like the fact that I actually have the camera closer to me. I'm not trying to like reach as far. Historically, I've had the camera a lot further away from me. Okay, so for those who were paying attention there, you notice that the screw went, drill was doing its thing until in that last little bit, and then the hammer action picked up and drove it the rest of the way in. That's the result I was looking for. So we've got one more here, and we should hopefully get the same sound. So went in pretty easily, and then only at the end it was like, oh, I'm gonna do the first thing I do. Yeah. Granted, this one's also like slightly over, but out actually. I'm getting an idea. I'm having brain juice. Doing stuff. How's level surface? Okay, well, that was certainly an idea. Get paired with each other, and I guess we'll put you way over here. Oh, I'll set these here. Grab our final set. By force. Get them nice and lined up. And yeah. Get everything dialed. Then I will actually start like. Sorry about that. Sorry. I've been making too much sawdust. Okay. And do. Put it off to the side. Just gonna re-drill that out just a hair bit more. That back up. Get it as close as we can. And I'm gonna grab one of my handy dandy screws. Switch out my chuck. And that's about as much as I need, really. Because it just needs to be enough to hold everything together nicely. Because if I cinch it too tight, it'll just hold the pieces together and I won't be able to pivot anything apart. So we're just gonna go with that for now. Ooh, and that looks like a good spot as any. Yeah, my drill's kind of almost sounds like it's kind of being bad. Like it's running low on battery. Bad. Ooh. Ooh. Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay. Now, just pre-drill these out a little bit more. And then we'll have... There we go. Okay. Lovely. Lovely. Reset them back. Put my truck back in. These screws driven in and... We'll have 4 legs for the project. That one went a lot better. Okay. So. Oh. Forgot about this guy. This guy can get tightened down now. Sorry about that. Sorry about that last screw. Oh, wow. Oh, man. This one turned out perfect. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now I have to... I have a few of these that are slightly off. That last one was pretty much perfect. I have this one slightly off. Got... Yeah, you're kind of bad. The other leg has a really bad lip. Yeah. I'm going to... Aw, I want to do it like this. I'm trying to figure out my setup for this. What I do is I want to clamp one end of this, and then I want to bring out my pull saw. No, I would like to have it above. Okay. Those are foot clamps. Enough. Okay, so I need to grab a clamp and a pull saw, and we'll trim these down. Oh. One clamp. Okay. Oh, let's see if we can. That was the amount of disappointment I was expecting. I need a bigger clamp. A bigger clamp. Bigger clamp acquired. Okay, that should be reasonably supporting. And I'm just going to use the pull saw for this because pull saw is kind of like my quick solution for this. Also, I only have to cut like 2x4s twice. And what I can do is use this piece of 2x4 as a reference. So I can have that guide my blade into the cut, and it will help me get a really good cut. Otherwise, this will be challenging. Not as easy. But yeah, once I can get a pretty good curve all the way across, should be able to make this happen somewhat quick. But I do know that my pool saw's blade has probably seen better days, so... We'll see here. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, the piece is wiggling around a lot. Because I only have one clamp. Ooh. Oi, oi, oi. But I'm almost through it, though. Ooh. But I do have an idea for my next cut on this. Man. Dog. Little wedge. Extremely wedge shape. Might be good as a shimmer. Release my clamp. Look at my work. So I did... I've shaved it down a little too much, but... That's honestly a lot better than what I was working with earlier. So, improvement there. You are my bad one. You are my very naughty boy. And this one is actually an easier setup. What I'm going to do is grab another piece of wood. I'm going to use it to kind of support it a little bit more. I'm going to give you guys a little bit better of a view on this. Oh, got that. Now, my idea a second clamp. This is my second clamp here. What's going to happen then? So my saw cuts on the pull stroke. This is going to want to come towards me when I make cuts. So what I want to... So by resisting this movement, I can use both hands on my saw rather than one. Which was the flaw from the first one. My first cut. So, I am hoping... I'm hoping this one will go better. Because I can put two hands on it. I'm going to have to be real easy starting it, too. Also, the extra clamp, that helps... Well, I already talked about resisting the wood. I don't know. I can put two hands on it. Oh, no. I meant to talk about the extra piece of wood. So what the extra 2x4 does is it helps raise it up, and I can get a steeper angle of attack on the 2x4. I got excited, slipped out. Oh, and look at that. That is flat. Yeah. Oh. Put my blade guard on, because I have been bit by the saw before. And guess what, chat? Saws make very fun. They make really fun wounds. Grab a screenshot. I really like this saw. Who knows? Maybe they'll. Well, nah. Who am I kidding myself? I'm never gonna get sponsored by anyone for any reason, which is fine. I am a man having fun in his garage. That is all I need out of life. Okay. Release my clamps. Park my clamps somewhere else in the world, but yeah. There's still kind of a slight lip, but honestly, considering where I was at earlier with this piece, we're doing really well. We're doing really well. So, but yeah. So we've got all of our pieces cut to length. We've got everything dimensioned. We can now actually start the big assembly. So, spirit of the big assembly happening. I'm gonna grab. Gotta do that. Okay, so I've got my platform here. But before I get into this assembly process, I got to go use the little homesteader's room, and after that, we'll go ahead and we'll start putting this project together. So see you here shortly. And I'm back. And I'm ready to build a project. Well, ready to assemble a project. Go ahead and get started with 2 of these bad boys. So got these. And the thing with this, it's easy. I've also so the manufacturer of the casters gave me a handy dandy bag, screws, and also washers. So I'm gonna be using these supplied screws and washers. So, and actually, we're assembling now. Probably show you guys a little bit of that. Wow, it is just barely in frame, but enough so. So, also, it is also very important. Also, all the way through. I'm going to be creating lots of dangerous spikes for my washers. I'll just use I'll use at least one. I now need to find. I need to find a drill bit that I can use for these screws. The drill bit I used earlier, that may not be applicable. Wow, so these things have got a pretty thick shaft. Huh. Yeah, these got a pretty thick shaft to them. Okay. Original drill bit works. I'm cool with that. Okay, but unfortunately, these are Phillips. Well, I'll need Phillips. I can't use my torque driver. The torque drivers drive a lot better in my experience versus the Phillips. I mean, Phillips is okay. Phillips is a solid fine. Or it's like a fastener. But it's not like the best as a fastener. There's really no really super, well, actually I just had a thought and I might and I should probably make do on my thought. And what the thought is, I should honestly put the legs on before I put the casters. Because the legs are gonna go, except for one side. I could just go. Not necessarily gonna. Great, I am now debating my order of operation. What do I want to do? Because if I... So the thing is, I'm starting on the bottom first. Just because I want to get the casters on, and then I'm thinking flipping it upside down. And then I can put these guys in. But I need to put these guys' screws from the bottom of my plywood up. That's actually going to be a really hard thing if I have casters on. So, yeah. I got ahead of myself. But I suppose I realized that before I got too ahead of myself. Oh well. Granted, I now have new issues to solve. And I know what a few of those are going to be. One, so if I'm catching... Yes, that's... Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. what's going to happen is one of these legs is specifically so this one's actually meant up here. I don't want that one. I want this one. So happen. I'm gonna create a rough alignment between plywood and my leg. Holes and then dip in some fasteners. We've reached a very fun part of the build where I now awkwardly do things. Have screw holes that I can drill. I really do have to drill these out. Make it easier for passengers. So now I've got 2 holes drilled. Each leg is going to get 3 screws. Each leg will get 3. I just got a lot of awkward doing stuffs right now. Like the. I always wonder why YouTubers act so awkward on stream, and now I am one, and I know. My reasons for being awkward are different than most people's. Man. There we go. Oh, that felt so good. Oh, yeah. Great. Great. Whatever. I don't care. The thing I was looking at just now earlier is one side of this sheet of plywood got some glue on it, and I wanted that to be the underside. Well, it's now the top side, but this isn't a super big shelf, so I don't think a lot of people are gonna see that. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see it. Oh, let's see. That looks pretty good. So I'm gonna hop off and place it. Okay, cool. Have some fun, Lillian. Oh yeah, thanks for stopping by. Okay, and pre-drilling that out. And do. Boom! That is 3 screws of 2.5 inches. Oh man, that actually feels real good. I'm actually really excited about that. Decisions in regards to that, but set this one off because I do have these legs pre-built in like pairs, sort of. Poop. That's not gonna work out how I want. Not like there. And in my ridiculousness and always wanting to showcase off the assembling of builds and how hard it is. Having this project built fine. Very fine, but it's awkward. Oh. Mom. Thank you for these long arms. Oh, boy. Okay. Good. Oh. And a little bit more. It's actually, now I'm actually thinking about it, it's actually a little bit more important that I pre-drill these a little more. The plywood, honestly, down there. And then I'm gonna grab 2 screws and stick them in my mouth. So that's how you do it, right? Oh, one in your mouth. Totes. Totes. Okay. So pre-drill the. Hole is pre-drilled. Woo! Threw my chuck across the floor just now. Okay, well, that one spun a little. Oh well, okay. Oh. So I've got one of these. It's going to be a support for the back. Because, believe it or not, this piece of plywood right here is going to be the bottom of the build. I'm going to set this here, this there, and I hope I can reach my tape measure. I did. Here. Down here. Boogie. Damn, you're good. But yeah, here's where it's going to go. Wait, actually, I can fold it down, and hey, here we are. Oi. I love doing these projects, but logistics trying at times. But one of the benefits of this project. Hopefully make the logistics easier the next time I do. Yes. Here. Well, I now got my hole. I know where the stick pre-drill my holes a little bit more. Granted, this 2x4 is really not one. Real. There it goes. Man, have I just not been putting enough force into it? Question mark, question mark, question mark. There we go. Roughly line back up. Off to the side. And I'll grab some handy dandy screws. There. Woo-hoo! There we go! That's gonna help support the back. Let's... upright. It'll work, it'll work. Probably should have made these at 44 inches, not 43, but... So, this is the backside. We're done on the backside, so I get to play flip the wood. Furniture flip. Okay, so. Oh, wait, did I? Well. What? Hold up. I gotta check something. This one better. Okay, this one's better. This one, that one works. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, I messed up, but I didn't mess up. I just grabbed the wrong leg. Woo! Oh, yeah. So, what's happening right now is I have this piece of plywood with legs attached to it. And, yeah, I need to attach other legs to it from the bottom. This side. And guess what? This is as awkward as it looks like it is, but hey. Some people struggle to assemble IKEA furniture. Me, I struggle to assemble my furniture, but that is also because I am building. Aye, aye. And with that, I have my marks. And with my marks marked, I can pre-drill them further. Which makes me really excited, because that's gonna roughly round about in there. There's spaces. Roundabout them places. But once I get this leg on, the plywood should be self-supporting. Good. This is the word. Okay. Woo! And with one screw, I already feel. Yeah, I can take my arm off of it. Nice, nice. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. But I just gotta get my final screw in. And we'll actually be done with this leg. And we'll have most of the legs done. We'll have 3 of the legs and then the 1 back support. And there we go. Oh. Yay. Even yay for hydration. Okay, so step back. Pivot it around. And let's see here. Oh no. I just don't. Sorry, Ooh, there we go. Oh, so we have to put this in that corner. That. Okay, I can read this. Oh boy. That screws to be doable. Oh man. I am constantly impressed by myself. I will also like to just take a quick moment to thank anyone. Thank you for putting up with my shenanigans. Oh, that's those. Woo! Hey. One of these holes is actually really close to my screw. So gonna have to be real careful once we start playing that one. Hitting that one. Okay. Okay, that should work out. Keyword should. Woo! Hey, and hopefully we'll get this leg up. Leg up. Oh. That was. That felt good. Okay, so I've got drill, And yeah. And with that, we're done with legs. So that'll be very exciting. Okay. What do I want to do? I'm gonna look at a thing. Here, Dad, look at the workbench. What? We're gonna go with this. We're gonna roll with this. Oh. Here's the underside. We can now... Sure. Putting the casters on. So... 2x4 a little bit, but... I don't know. Ooh, sorry. I don't need that drill, but... Fire is way over here. So, what I always do for... I like to... And there's a very specific reason why I always like to do 2. And that is... Once I get 2 screws into it, it's usually fine. Like, it will be reasonably well supported. Even despite everything else. So, I'm going to... put a washer on the screw. So... down in here. I need to leave that just a hair bit loose. That way I can take care of my other stuff. And the cool thing is, once you get 2 mounted, this pretty much isn't going anywhere. And that basically lets you just do the stuff you need to do. It gets a lot easier, basically. Yeah. So, I am going to be doing a bit of an extra thing. That one. Specifically. Go. Thinking about other one is I should have plenty of washers. I'm gonna double my washers. Double them up. Reason being is it's very likely that the screw is going to poke through the plywood, because these are 1-inch screws and that's 3/4 plywood. I just want to add an extra washer just to take up a little bit of the slack out of the screw, and I have not as long spiky pull. And that is the first caster installed. Yeah. Oh. Ooh, it's actually just up by the caster. I'm gonna set this corner here. Very nice, easy for you guys to see. Kind of like that. Do here is I'm gonna basically rinse and repeat. Oh. Boom. A slight game. We're gonna switch things up for that one. Actually, that one. If I'm switching up my game plan, we're gonna go with an extra long screw because I have a lot of 2x4 underneath that screw, but I don't have a lot of plywood behind it. So what I'm gonna slightly switch my order of operation. Do the other one I pre-drilled first. Just because I don't want my caster moving around on me. Something I would. Moves, but it doesn't move a lot. What I'm gonna do is underneath the caster. And what the washer is going to do is as the caster pushes into the wood, well, as I drive the screw in, pushes into the wood, the washer is going to spread that force out, and it's hopefully not going to hurt. It should be good for that one. Yeah. I think I've got a little, but it's not a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill my hole. And there we go. So I am going to, once again, be using washers. Also, it's times like this that makes me really wish I had two cameras. I could have a high camera here and a low camera down low. And I really do want to like take some time to like mix up my shots. I am waiting on parts for my new camera. Well, stuff that's going to help me hook up the camera to screen. Ha! No wiggles at all. Oh. Well. In my infinite ambition, I almost want to try installing a caster here, but that might be a little too much ambition. We're we're gonna continue with the corner strategy because the corner strategy works. Also, times like this, I'm really glad I have long arms. This stuff might be a little... Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay. All gonna be lovely and wonderful, and it's gonna be great. Excited. I am truly excited to have the newest piece of shop furniture. And this one's actually going to be pretty good in terms of quality of life, because, like, the issues I'm dealing with now are the issues this thing is meant to solve. May tighten that up a little too much. Hey. Drill. 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 Man, I'm gonna really have to make little note for Yamagawa. Charge up your battery when you're done. Because, yeah, you've been using Itakun. But him. The fact that I am building a thing now. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm putting... Okay. Yeah. Gotta get my hands on you. There. Funny, because there's already a hole there. Really thinking that far ahead? That's usual. Okay. Go ahead and out. Man, they sure do give you Oscars. Because, like, you would think they would give you enough screws and washers for all your casters, but granted, this set did come with a set of 2. I don't know if it's enough for like 2. Granted, I admittedly am, for better or worse, getting good at overreaching with having a drill in my arms. But I only have one more screw to install. Casters are done. Woo! Yeah! Yeah. Wait. No, thumbs up, up, up. Up, up. Whatever. Okay. Can you get some water in me? Oh. Let's see how this cart flies. Hey. Okay. Yeah. Basically, at the last project. Ah. Really finicky with the top. Down, it's down. Good, good, good. Oh, one of the design features of this is I have a bit of a lip on opposite side, this side. And one of the reasons I have that lip is because for a lot of my various streaming equipment and such, it has like clamps that I need to clamp onto the edges of the cable. This side, and then a little bit here. And that's going to be so that way I can clamp my mic, my webcam, various things like that. Just trying to build a little bit of additional functionality into this. I have here that I want to use, and where was the drill bit I was using earlier? Ah, that and that. Okay. Oh. We're going to step down the drill bit. We're going to step down the drill bit. I'm done with the Phillips head. Done with my Phillips head. And basically what's going to happen is we're going to be installing 3 screws in each top. That's going to hold I can't feel anything. Okay. So, and this assemblage should this should happen a lot quicker than the other one because it's this is a different torque bit from earlier. Ooh. Oop, oop, oop. All torque. And then I gotta get the adapter out. I have to use this guy to drive that screw. So, go ahead and get working here. And I'm basically using these 1.25 inch because they're enough to secure the plywood to the wood underneath. I feel like if I was being extra, I could use a wall. Now, we gotta continue our little... I want to line things up where I can see them. That's the fun thing about this thing. Like, it's now on cap. And get a screw in. Quickly. And then, once I get one holding screw, I should be fine. And because that should anchor me enough. And now it's not pulling out anymore. So, that's good. That's good. I can... That thing really loves the wander off. I'm going to go ahead and... I think I'm going to be overkill. And I'm going to do... in this corner, just because I am... These screws are a little bit smaller, and they're a little bit lighter, so I'm just... But once we get this back done, well, these back two corners... Okay. Yes. Yeah. I have quite a gap between my back support. Sorry, I can't really show it, guys, but I'm gonna have to drill holes. And for that one specifically, what's happened is I have a bow, my plywood. I'm gonna have to take a little bit of that bow out. Okay, having a Torx bit that I hid underneath a glove. Standard. One of these. And zip it down. I went with the 2.5-inch screws because I had a really bad bow in the plywood, and it was being very resisting. So, going into these front corners, which you guys can actually see, kind of what I got going on here. I have a small lip here. Then I have a larger lip at the front. So that way I can clamp mics, boom equipment, all that fun stuff to the top of this thing. So I'm gonna have to be a put my right about here. Yada yada. It's nothing particularly difficult. It's just a thing I have to keep in mind at where I'm at. Because otherwise, if I were to do this, what I'm doing right here now, I would just punch through the plywood. Which I very clearly did not do. And I can go here. There. And if you've never driven a drill like straight through something, if you've done it a few times before, you know the feeling. You know you've done when. But yeah, another reason I can actually use these smaller screws for the top. A big part of the forces on this top part are going to be from gravity. Gravity is going to be the big thing pushing down on them. And that also, this isn't going to be like a super... not like the super most heaviest duty. This side, I'm just straight flush on my edge. But I do still have my front little thing. That there, just kind of help guide me a little bit. But yeah. Actually, I'm gonna sip some water. Maintain that hydration. So I should have wood here. Yep. It was funny because I felt it punch through the plywood and then hit the 2x4 underneath. So that one, and then we'll do, should be able to do one here. Ooh, not like that sound. Removing one of the holes, because oh. 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 Okay. We have asked way too much of Mikita, and Mikita's battery died. I have replacements. There we go. That was might have actually been the problem with the other screw holes. The His battery was done. But hey, got a fresh battery on to now, so all I got. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these last 4 screws zipped in. I'm gonna move some stuff. I want to make some space. I want to. I'm proud of this. No. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you guys are actually like proud. I'm proud of myself. Okay. I have a lot of faith in 2x4s. I want to see if I continue to have faith. Oh! Nice. I'm sitting on this. And it rolls like a dream. Oh. Whoa. Woo-hoo! Oh, yeah! Top furniture! It's simple, but it is effective. Okay. So, time for the showcase. Feast your eyes. Okay, this is reasonably good. This is reasonably good. But yeah, here it is. It is a very simple, very utilitarian. It's his cart. See what I mean about like having like really good casters? Like, I cannot throw around the miter saw stick. This bad boy, I can throw around like that. Okay. Normally, I like to be like, look at the thing! Look at it! It's pretty, it's nice, I don't know. Oh well. I guess that's sorry. That's about as much as I can show you. Kind of wish I could show you more, but this is gonna be a fabulous upgrade. Fabulous upgrade for my what's words right now? I'm coming off a builder's high. But yeah. What a good stream. What a good day. What a fantastic day. Yeah. I now have a cart for the campfire cooking stream setup. And this cart can live underneath here. Those who were paying attention may have noticed I did not install the 43-inch bracers yet. And I was actually putting the casters and some of that stuff on. I noticed that my bottom piece of plywood had some give to it. So I'm going to work with it as it is, and if I feel the need to install those, I might install them on the bottom piece, because originally I was planning to install them on the top piece, because I was thinking I was going to have to make the top piece a little bit more sturdy. But I think I gained a lot out of having that one 2x4 in the middle and the back. Also, I got a real nice like storage nook on wheels. But yeah. Okay, and I think that's actually going to be like a really good size, like having like 18 inches like that. Ooh. It like, this is a really simple thing. It's a really simple thing. It's not complicated. It's 9 pieces of 2x4s, 2 pieces of plywood, 4 casters, and a whole bunch of screws. Well, let's see here. Each leg holds 3 screws to hold the legs together. So that's a dozen screws there. I've got 4 screws in my singular one piece of 2x4. So that's 16, and then I have the screws casters and then the screws for the top. Each caster uses 4 screws. That's another 16 screws, so we're at the 32 screws plus the screws we use for the top. So around roughly 50 screws. Actually less screws, but whatever. Who's keeping track? Oh, okay. So it is a work day. It is a work night, and I've had a pretty decent stream. It's been a good stream. I've had some fun. I've had a fair amount of fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and end today's stream. I would like to extend a huge thank you to everyone who came out today. Sorry that I once again are an awkward duck at assembling things, but one of the big side upgrades of having this is I now have a low table I can assemble stuff on. Turns out, let me do a So, the campfire cooking cart, the CCC. Okay, the Triple C is a solid 6 inches lower than the cart I was using to assemble TCC. So, TCC is definitely going to be a pretty big upgrade for the shop. I'm really excited to see other uses for it. I mean, I've done quite a few campfire cooking streams so far on the channel, and I definitely am going to do plenty more. We're not specifically campfire cooking on Sunday. So for Sunday's going to be like a yap, a chill. We're going to do some stuff. I want to get a revenge match on the firewood splitting stream, because the issue I ran into with the firewood splitting stream was I was doing it in my shop. And when I was doing it in my shop, I don't have enough ceiling height to swing my axe all the way. And I didn't realize that until I actually literally started streaming. And oh, this is not good. But hey, Sunday's gonna be a revenge match. It's gonna be around the fire pit. Should be a fun time. Yeah. TCC will make its debut as a utilitarian device. Then who knows? I might use it on Yapping Sawdust. I know I am definitely using it for sure when I'm assembling the sawhorses. Okay, enough rambling. I have a life to get back to. I'm sure some of you people got a life to get back to. So, in going about your life, feel free to give it your damn best. Or, hey, just chill and relax and enjoy slow life hobbies. And this is Sugi Yamagawa, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye-bye.